So guys, it's me again. In order to replace the stock cooler, stock fan with the water block, including both the water block and the passive backplate, we need to first of all take off the stock cooler. In order to do that, there is a very simple procedure. So at the back there are 4 screws that we need to undo. By undoing this screw, you void the warranty, so make sure that you know what you are doing before removing it. Please make sure that you safely keep these screws, because you are going to need them if you decide to put it back on the stock cooler, I mean. So that's it. It's off, so we just need to undo this power cable, fan power cable, and that's it. Okay, so we'll put this nice stock fan aside. The next procedure that we need to do is to undo the backplate screws. So there are 19 in total, if I'm not making a mistake. So first we start on the PCB itself. Okay, and as I said, you need to make sure that you have them safely somewhere, not to lose them. And then we have 2 more here to take off the top part. Okay, so we have the PCB ready. Front part, back part. It's very important to do the following before you proceed installing new components: is to have pure alcohol and some pads and maybe towels to clean the GPU of the existing thermal compound. So we apply some alcohol and clean the GPU. Make sure that you remove all the remainings of the compound to make sure that we have good contact and adequate cooling, because that's what we need to do, and that's our goal. All right, and when we're sure that it's clean, then we turn the card around and we have to remove these washers, because we're going to install new ones and it is important to have these ones removed. So you can take something sharp. Okay, now that we have all the washers removed, we can turn the card around and apply the thermal pads. It is good to know that the pads that are going to be applied to the memory are already marked, so you should just cut them at the marks, and it will help you to properly attach them, covering the whole memory chip. Okay. So the white part is the sticky one. So you have to remove that one first. Stick it to the memory. Apply some pressure, make sure that it has good contact with it. Next step is to apply it to this part of the PCB to make sure that the rest of the components are properly cooled. So measure it before you cut it, and then you can apply it in the middle, like so, and remove the protective film. Do the same for the memory chips, because leaving this film on it would make it pointless. Okay, now that we have the thermal pads applied to the memory as well, we can apply the thermal compound. This is how EK Water Block recommends applying it. So we're gonna follow the suggestion. All right, and now let's get the water block. So what you want to do is make sure that everything is in place, and then you carefully place the water block on top of your card. Now you need to turn your card carefully, holding the water block in place. Make sure that it doesn't move or anything. And now we need to apply 6 screws. In case if you are going to if you are not going to apply a backplate, then you need to, there are instructions on adding more screws, but because we're going to add a backplate, we only need to apply 6 screws in this case. So here we have the screws. So we just tighten them a bit. Don't over tighten them because it's gonna crack your PCB. Just apply them slightly in cross pattern to make sure that the pressure is distributed evenly, and then apply the rest of the screws again in cross pattern. Don't forget to apply the washers, the plastic washers supplied with both the water block and the backplate. So we tighten them a bit more. Okay. And we have one more to go. For applying it, make sure that you have checked the pattern and that you apply it to the proper position. Yes, so this is how you do it. And we have one more here. So we screw that one in place as well. tighten a bit more the screws